South Africa has 26 public universities. A national review of South African doctoral qualifications conducted by the Council on Higher Education between 2020 and 2021 revealed that 56.7% of PhD graduates are international students.
There is a concern that we have fewer postgraduate students, especially at master's and PhD levels. And we just also highlighted also that one of the things that we see is that most of our postgraduate students are either from our Potchefstroom campus, which is mostly white, or the black ones that are there mostly are also foreign nationals. Now, that tells us something. It is a problem that we see replicated across all 26 public universities in our country. And one of the reasons for that is because most of these students, especially black ones, come from very poor families where families expect them to finish school and go and work.
The cause of this declining uptake on postgraduate studies, funding, and a quest for employment.
From my experience and the experience of people that are around me, funding has been an issue. So I answered his question by saying, it's not that we don't have appetite. Most of us are here, we are driven, we are so passionate about what we do, and we want to actually go further. But the financial support is not really that inducive for us to be able to get to our PhDs or postdoctoral.
To address this, the North West University says it will now provide 100% funding support for qualifying postgraduate students. Fees, meals, and accommodation will now be the least of their worries.
But the reality of the situation is that the jobs are very scarce. So instead of finishing your honors and go and stay at home looking for a job and finish another 24 months looking for a job, in that 24 months you would have finished your master's degree and you would have started your first year of a PhD. So we are saying we are going to up the financial assistance for masters and PhD in particular to cover everything, so that if you do not see prospects of a job immediately after you finish your honors or your undergraduate, continue with us.
University students at the Mahikeng Campus welcomed this funding model.
Now I can work towards my studies to do my master's in psychology, and to even further I can do a PhD. So that really encouraged me to work very hard because I don't have to worry about funding.
Well, that really made me happy because it will also encourage others that are still doing their undergraduate to say, you know what, after my undergraduate, I want to enroll for my postgraduate to do research, not just research, but research that impacts communities.
The students from the locals and the country as a whole, they should take on these things because they are important.
Meanwhile, the G20's Youth Engagement Group, Y20, says participation by local and young postgraduate students is imperative as their research equally guides G20 member states' discussions.
Part of the reason why we also agreed to this collaboration with North West Universities, particularly their research division, is that part of our G20, Y20 provincial outreach programs is that we don't just come for high-level panels only, no. But what we're doing is that later on, we're going to get the young people into policy simulations, right? So we're going to, sort of get them and give them that lived experience of what our South African delegates with their international counterparts have basically been doing for the past year or so, right, with regards to policy documentation, but also policy negotiation.
Students are hopeful that this will also align with the skills gap.
South Africa is currently faced or rather confronted with a structural unemployment. There's basically a mismatch between skills supplied and skills demanded. And as the VC said, that we need to be more industrial as a country.
The Department of Higher Education says those outside the higher education sector must not be left behind.
The need are the people that are not in education, not in employment, and not in training. And they become very important because they are affecting the economy of South Africa. So we have multiple disciplines or multiple sectors. We've got the university sector, we've got the technical and vocational education sector, and the community education and training sector. All these areas that the department has addresses different areas and different needs of South Africans. And then, of course, we've got the need that are being attended to just make sure that they are not neglected and they are not left to wonder what is it that the future holds for them.
SABC News, Mahikeng.